Kempire is brought to you by the Kempire After Dark live experience is kicking off 2025 with a bang. We're coming back to Washington, D.C. at Union Stage for another amazing show. If you enjoy hot topics, reality TV, and so much more, every single show is a different experience. If you haven't already, get your tickets now for our return to Washington, D.C. I know it's the inauguration week, but let us be the light at a very, well, maybe not so very, depending on who you ask, tunnel. All right. I'm excited to bring this live show experience back to the DMV area. More information on tickets will be available in the description. And New York City, you're up right after that. For Black History Month, we're bringing back the Kempire After Dark live experience to Green Room 42. And this is going to be a very special show as well. But don't forget, you will have access to a live stream option exclusively for this Kempire After Dark live experience here in New York City. We'll be posting links to all of the shows, and information will be available in the episode notes. And I look forward to meeting all of you in person. See you soon. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Hey, welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to also let us know how you would rate this week's episode. I did do a quick under 3-minute video, give you an update on James Kennedy, formerly of Vanderpump Rules, a recent arrest for domestic violence. So be sure to check that out if you missed it. We also recapped Real Housewives of Beverly Hills a little bit earlier as well, so you may have missed that. And for those that are asking, I will probably at some point recap Love and Marriage Huntsville, just not today. After this video, I am pretty much done for the day in regards to live shows, live recaps, but probably tomorrow. I have a few things I need to get done tomorrow as well. Plus, also it's Christmas, so I got to do Christmas shopping. So I just got back from London, so bear with me. Happy holidays, though, guys. Shout out to our King's Guards in the live chat. Those of you that are members of the channel, we appreciate you being here as well, and of course our subscribers and those of you watching in the bushes. Okay. All right. T says the intro makes me want to do a Christmas ballerina dance while cooking. You should have. Just saying. All right. Let me just take that down. Where do I begin with Salt Lake City? Here's the thing. Salt Lake City, I know some of this stuff feels a little pre-produced. However, they're so good at pre-producing and just drama. And I just love always the air of drama, darkness, dark comedy, but also some serious stuff mixed in between. For me, Salt Lake City is bringing it. And I will be the first to say that I was wrong. I know, a tourist saying that he's wrong, don't get used to it, okay? But I was wrong, because I told you after Monica who, see, I don't even say the names anymore. After the Monica stuff, I was worried because the season before Monica, they were basically terrible. They were Roni before Roni was Roni, this current season. And I did not watch Roni, so I won't be talking about Roni here. Maybe I'll talk about Roni at some point, but I won't promise you that, okay? Today, Roni is filming their reunion. Wow. No one cares. I will tell you, though, that Uba and Bryn got the seats next to Andy, and I'm assuming because of what goes down during this trip. Again, no one cares. No one cares. No one's even asking, Kempire, are you going to recap Roni? No one said no one said that. All I saw in the DMs and in the comment section, Kempire, are you going to recap Beverly Hills? Are you going to recap? Even Love and Marriage, people were asking me if I'm going to recap that. Okay? Anyways, Nashua says, please no. I'm not. Maybe next week. Look, maybe next week I'll get to it, okay? Anyways, I say all that to say, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is continuously bringing it on so many levels. It's entertaining, they're delusional, they're dramatic. Even Meredith. I will say there are certain parts of Meredith that, and again, for those that are listening to the podcast version of this is why you got to watch the video version. When Meredith does, she does Meredith things, and some of that stuff is what she says, or how she slurs, or how she moves her body when she's just like, I'm just like, oh, Meredith. Okay, so Meredith, she's testing out her bath bombs with her vocal fry children, more so her son than her daughter. Okay, and they're testing out the bath bombs and things like that. Whatever, who cares? All right. So Meredith says that she was set off by Brittany crying because you remember Brooks went over to her mom. Brittany's crying. Why do you care? Why do you care? So she says, Meredith says that this event was about not having hate, and slut shaming is hate. Mind you, she never even listened to Angie's side. She never even heard from Angie in regards to what went down. And honestly, I forgot to mention this last week. When you really think about it, Angie didn't even call her a slut originally. So Meredith, you just look, we already know Meredith kicked her out to have a moment. She only invited Angie probably to have that moment. Why would you have security at a bat mitzvah? And I know there's a lot of anti-Semitism going on, but however, why would you hire security for the bat mitzvah? Okay, fine. I don't know if there's a lot of anti-Semitism happening in Salt Lake City. If that's where she had it. Did she have it in Park City where she lives? Okay. So Meredith's daughter makes a comment about Sean. So we flash over to Sean and Angie talking about the incident. I thought Angie was going to make a joke like she really wasn't bothered, but apparently Angie was really hurt at the fact that she was kicked out. And I think it's because Angie says that she went to this bat mitzvah with good intentions because she did not expect to be invited because her and Meredith have not been in a good place. So she says she went there with good intentions. And for her to only be invited, she said, well, maybe she invited me because she has no friends. Well, then there's that. Okay. So Meredith's daughter makes a comment about Sean saying you should listen to both sides. She was like, Meredith, you should listen to both sides. Her daughter makes this comment. Meredith, don't have your kids on here if you don't want us to say something about them. Homegirl needs to be quiet because Sean was right. You should listen to both sides. Meredith wanted to have this moment, clearly, because not only did she kick out Angie, she's like, kick out Angie and her husband. What did Sean do? Sean was busy probably talking to your weird, cringy husband. And I'll put husband in quotes. You know what I mean? So making fun of Sean and saying, Sean was saying, listen to both sides. There's nothing wrong with him saying, listen to both sides. Because if you had listened to both sides, you would have realized that Brittany was the first person to use the word slut at this event. Brittany, we have to, every week we're going to say this. Even after this week's episode, why wasn't Angie made a full-time housewife? I'm not an Angie stan, but I'm fair. And I'm not just going to say, someone deserves something when I don't think that they do. No, I think that she deserved, based off the season and how much she's given in regards to the story in comparison to some of the OGs that are full-time. Why exactly did Brittany not get full-time? I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. And maybe this is Brittany's fault. You gave them all of this and you got a friend of pay. Well, Brittany doesn't seem to be the brightest either, if we're going to be honest. And you could definitely tell that Brittany wants that snowflake. Brittany desperate for camera time. But I'm okay with it because Brittany can sing. No, she actually has a story. Okay? The family stuff, the dating stuff, and she's delusional and weird. I think she's perfect for Salt Lake City. Between Brittany and Bronwin, they made up for the loss of Monica who? Sorry, Monica. But I'm like, who cares? Sidebar, hold on. Let me pull this story up because speaking of Monica's in the news today. Hold on, I got to pull up that story. Hold on. There was another story out here. Oh, here it is. This U.S. Sun. Monica Garcia. That's all you get in Monica. That's all you're getting. No, we're done with you. See, we're wishy-washy. I'm kidding, Monica. Am I? Okay, so Monica, as you know, she lost that major lawsuit with Heather Gay and now owes Heather Gay over $30-something. Well, the U.S. Sun is reporting that Monica, they said Housewives of Salt Lake City fired Monica Garcia, hit with $9,000 lawsuit for skipping car payments and damaging her leased Cadillac. Oof. Girl, things are just going bad. Okay? So the U.S. Sun says this in regards to Monica Reality, Vontiz Garcia, Delgado, Darnell, Jussie Smollett. All right, I just did it for one time. I'm not doing it anymore. Okay? So they say this. According to court documents exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City fired Monica, 40, was slapped with a lawsuit on November 23rd, 2024 by APG Financial, Inc. over the lease of her 2018 Cadillac XT5. Okay? The former housewife allegedly signed a lease agreement with APG Financial on July 22nd of 2023, in which she promised to pay $473.95 every 2 weeks. According to the lawsuit, Monica, quote, defaulted under the lease agreement by failing to make the monthly payments as required under the lease agreement and causing the early termination of the lease agreement. She also, quote, caused physical damage and excessive wear and tear to the vehicle. And per the agreement, Monica is now responsible for the repair and reconditioning expenses. APG Financial is suing her for a total of $9,322.87. The breakdown is as follows. $1,511.85 in missed lease payments and late fees, an early termination fee of $3,338.70, repair and reconditioning costs in the amount of $3,972.32, and repossession. Oh, so the car was repossessed. Damn. And repossession costs in the amount of $500. In addition, the financial institution is charging Monica interest on the balance at 18% per year until it's paid in full. Plus, APG is seeking an award of $350 in attorney's fees. Monica has yet to file her response to the lawsuit. She better, or she's going to get a default judgment. Ugh. They say the mother of four has made the headlines over the vehicle she had in the past, including her 2017 Range Rover featured on the show. In season 4, Monica and her mom feuded over the Range Rover when the reality star was taken away from her by her mom, leaving her carless. I remember that. Linda claimed that to have bought the Range Rover with her credit and used it as leverage over her daughter. She eventually returned the car by showing up to Monica's house unannounced, calling it a peace offering, but it didn't make their relationship any better. The vehicle was listed for sale for $41,200 earlier this year, as announced by Linda on Twitter. In March of 2024, Monica announced on Instagram that she had purchased a new BMW with her earnings from Cameo. It's unclear if this is when she decided to terminate the lease on her Cadillac, since the termination date was not included in the complaint. Monica wrote on the caption of the March 26 post, "Me driving my brand new car with the money that Cameo helped pay for. Stay mad." Damn, she's such a Jussie Smollett. In a second post, the ex-housewife took aim at her mom, writing, "Now someone asked LD if she's been able to sell my Range yet." Wow, Monica. Ooh, this is not looking good for you, though. Because, yes, the Cameo was probably really cute for a hot second, but I don't think people are going to be requesting you after this season. They're going to be like, Monica who? It's all right, Monica. It's all right. Pay your bills, though. Pay your bills. Hold on, take that out of my mouth. Okay. So back to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you guys. If you're just joining us, I had to give you a little bit of a news break in between because I remember that story. Okay. So back to Meredith. Okay. So Meredith says that she feels like it was hypocritical for Angie to come to this bat mitzvah to celebrate her. And, what did she say? She said she felt it was like hypocritical for her to come and celebrate her. And then I forgot exactly what but basically, Meredith, I felt like it was hypocritical of you. You invited Angie, even though you guys had issues. And then I think you just invited her to have this moment. Not because you really wanted Angie there. But Angie tells Sean that she felt really hurt because she did go into the situation with an open mind and open heart and had good intentions. And she brought a gift. Okay? Of course. Okay? Of course. Anyways, so I did not expect this scene so early in the episode. So Mary Cosby goes over to Angie's home. And of course, again, Mary at the door knocking, no response. If you get no response, I guess because they're filming a show, it's a little bit different. But if you get no response, is your first inclination is to push the door open? We have to remember, though, Angie's home is pretty big. I can't imagine that little tap on the door she's going to hear if she's on the other side of the compound. Okay? Okay. So Mary lets herself in. And Mary does what I would do too, because you just never know. I personally would not go into someone's home, even if we're filming a reality show. I'd be like this, wait in. But mind you, she's at the door. A cameraman is filming her. She can see it through the door, filming her, come on in. So she comes in and she's like, Angie, I'm here. Angie, I'm here. So she makes herself at home. She sits down. Angie comes in with flowers. Angie's trying to make it nice. Angie's very festive. Angie's growing on me like a cold sore. So she's growing on me. So Angie comes into the kitchen and she's putting up the flowers. She's trying to make things nice. Okay. And Mary's like, boo. And Angie's like, oh my gosh. All right. Julie said, I'd walk in. You know what, Julie says, I'd walk in. No. Jasmine says, I wouldn't go inside. But would you go inside if you were filming a reality show? I wouldn't. I probably still wouldn't. I don't know if I would. Let me think about that. Alma says that Angie's growing on me too. I don't agree with everything that Angie says and does, to be honest with you, because Angie does do some theatrics. However... El Michelle says, I'd walk in and get a drink. See, now you're doing too much, El Michelle. El Michelle says, I'd walk in and go inside their refrigerator to get a drink. Really? Really? Angelica says, Angie's also growing on me, Kemp. See? But I also think that Angie has a sweet heart. And anyone that I feel like that's sweet, that's how I feel about Jen from Real Housewives of Orange County. Anyone that I feel like that's genuine and that's like a genuinely nice person, I'm going to feel for. And then when you know Angie's story about how she grew up without her mom and her mom was an alcoholic, it's like, and despite all of that, she's still a sweet woman. You know what I mean? She didn't use her trauma for bad behavior. Okay? Oh, Rhonda says, you invited me over. I would walk in. Let me just tell y'all something. If I invite you over, you could do better now. Well, you wouldn't, because my door would be locked. You'd be waiting out there in the cold. Just saying. Winter says, Angie's sweet at the core. That's what makes me like her. See? Me too. Okay? Sammy says, Mary's feet may have been tired and let herself in. Mary just got there from car service. Okay? She's fine. But Mary's always trying to find a door, always trying to find her way in. So she does. So they sit down and I never thought of this pairing, but I kind of like it. It's almost a pairing like Garcelle and Sutton, not in the same energy, but in the way that I feel like it's genuine, that this was a friendship that neither one of them saw coming. And now here we are. And now that they talk about Robert Jr. and what's been going on there, and to be honest with you, I believe Mary talked with Angie before this scene and they just agreed to talk about it again. Because you could kind of tell that Angie saw that this was coming. Angie's not a great actress. So I could tell that Angie kind of knew what was going on. And maybe she reads the blogs and she already knew. So maybe that could also be it. Maybe Mary didn't tell her and she just kind of knew what Mary was dealing with and just was waiting for Mary to speak on it herself. Okay. Melissa says, why are people's front door unlocked? Let me just tell you something. I'm from New York. We don't do that here. Okay. But there is a sector of folks. I know some folks like in middle America, down south, where they do get like the small town vibes. They do leave their doors open. It feels nice. I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm from New York though. I don't want to even leave my door open from when I walk from my door to the trash room, and that's literally feet away. I'm like, fuck up. Can't trust nobody. Just saying. All right. Angelica says, I like their friendship. I like it too. It's so kooky, funny. They both love fashion. To me, it makes more sense than Mary Cosby being friends with Meredith. It makes a lot more sense. Nasser says that Angie was being cautious. Elias says that, oh, maybe Angie suspected it based on her story, on her history. But also, we have to also remember that this was in the blogs. So this Robert stuff and him using drugs isn't new. This had been in the blogs way before this season. So I'm pretty sure Angie's on social media. She's reading the blogs. So I'm pretty sure she didn't know. Okay. But again, Angie's such a lovely person. I love how she left space for Mary to talk about it. So Mary opens up about what's been going on with Robert Jr. And she says Robert confessed to her that he's doing all of these different drugs. He's mixing these different drugs. And honestly, I don't know how I would take that as well. You know what I mean? Like your child. I mean, come on. When we heard him talk about the different drugs that he used and how he mixed them, and it was like boom, boom. Like, oh my God. Like these are some serious things that he's taken. Like he's lucky to be here. So she talks about that, and she says that she blames herself. Angie, because she grew up with a mother with addiction. She tells her story, and I think she was giving Mary a safe place to understand. Like, I understand where you're coming from. I also dealt with someone with addiction, and she says that Mary says that she blames herself. And I think a lot of parents blame themselves when they are dealing with a family member or a child with addiction. So Mary says, because this is where Mary is continuously giving us a lot about her past. You may recall Mary's mom did speak out a couple of seasons ago, okay? And now Mary's kind of giving us a perspective on why her relationship with her mother is so estranged. And she says that her mom didn't know her. She didn't know her siblings. But what also broke my heart when because Mary's getting emotional, she's crying, and Angie's holding her hand. And Mary says that she feels so alone. She doesn't have anyone. She doesn't have her mom. She doesn't have her grandmother who passed away and left her the church. And remember, her grandmother left everything to her. And she says she doesn't have any support right now. And remember, I said that during one of my reviews. I said Mary doesn't really have a lot, so she relies a lot on her son. And apparently, Robert Sr. is there. We just don't see him because remember, he doesn't want to film because he has an issue with the way he's been depicted on the show. Okay, so Mary says that she's going through this. She's going to go on the Mexico trip, but she wants to figure some stuff out with Robert Jr. first. And she doesn't want Angie to talk about this with anyone. And they do a pinky promise. Let me take a sip. Excuse me. But again, I did not expect this scene so early in the episode. But part of me was relieved because you know how the last episode where Mary did have this conversation with Robert, it was heavy to end the episode on that. But I appreciate how raw and vulnerable Mary has been this season in so many different ways. Like Mary has given us raw, vulnerable, real, and then funny. She's given us all that. And she gets activated and she's not afraid to argue with the girls and get them together and speak for us in a lot of ways about how we feel like people are inconsistent and lying. Like I have never seen a complete season where one housewife is giving us everything in one season. Okay? Oriel says, got that airplane-induced cold, Kempire? No, I did not. This is probably from riding the tube. I noticed, remember last time I went to London, I learned that the tube during a tour, like if you're on the tube for like 30 minutes, that's like the equivalent of I don't know how many cigarettes. So I noticed that. But also there was a lot of people sick and whatnot in London too. Hopefully no one at the show, but I feel okay. I just felt a little sniffles. I was also outside just a moment ago. It's freezing here in New York City, but I'm okay. All right? I'm fine. Oriel says the real Mary is actually great. I agree. Alma says that Mary's clocked in. It's her year. Sutton called it. Oh, did Sutton say that? Foxy says, I don't like Mary one bit, but I do feel for her as a mother. Tell me how you really feel. Jan says, the Housewives are supposed to be about a community of women, so it's sad Mary only had Angie to confide in. I think also Mary is very wary of people. She's not trusting of a lot of people. And because of, I think Mary did not expect to have a friendship with Angie, but once you get to know Angie, once you're around Angie, I'm assuming, I don't know, I've never been around Angie, but I think once you get, based on what we've seen on the show, I bet she's very endearing. I see how she treats Todd, who's so grumpy, old and rich. Look at these different examples. Yes, I know Angie can be performative. However, pay attention to how she is with people. Like, she's still so festive. She's very kind. All right. Someone said the tube in London is hot. It is. Like, you're going from the freezing cold, wrapped up, and then you get into the tube, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm sweating. I don't know how some people do it. I'll get down there and everyone looks fine. I'm like, really? Okay, fine. Philly Jones says, yes, Sutton mentioned that on Watch What Happens Live. Oh, okay. Alma says, Sutton said on Watch What Happens Live, and he loves that you said that. Jasmine says, take care, Kempire. V19, strep throat, and the flu been hitting hard this day. I heard. Lord. I've been pretty good, though. I've been taking all my vitamins. And what I love about London specifically, or Europe specifically, is the fact that in the stores, and I'm sure we do here in New York as well. It's not prevalent. I love that they do the ginger shots, the vitamin C and D shots. I did that a bunch of times, like every single day that I was in London. And that's probably why I've been okay. Okay. That's probably why I've been okay. So I'm going to continue to do that. Oh, damn. I need to order that. Never mind. Stay tuned. I got to do a little grocery order. Anyways. Hold on. Sunflower says, I dislike Mary on the other season. This season, I love her. I cried watching her. I really felt for Mary in this scene with Angie. And I'm glad she did the scene with Angie, because I just can't imagine her doing that with anyone else. Oh, Picky says Angie's a Scorpio? Oh. I didn't get Scorpio from her. But that might be why I'm like, I see you. Okay. And Mary's a Libra? Okay. Oriel says Kempire moving to London in 2026. Look, you never know. Everyone assumes that I'm going to be moving to Europe or abroad. Shoot, I should, right? Yeah, ginger shots are excellent. You can make them yourself, too. You don't need to buy them from the store. It's just convenience. Anyways, what am I doing? Let's move on. So I thought that was a really endearing scene. So the women, immediately we're getting into the trip. The women meet at the airport. Bronwin calls Lisa Barlow and asks, is it okay if I bring the girls? Sidebar. Okay, another sidebar. Like I said this at the London show. I said, I can't keep taking these sidebars because I'm getting older and I won't remember what I was originally talking about. But I will. But sidebar. See, I forgot already. Oh, come on. Daddy said, oh, Mary's a Scorpio? Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me see what you guys are saying. Picky says Mary may have a Scorpio moon or rising, but she is a Libra sun. Okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying in regards to Bronwin. I remember now. Elephant brain is working. Let me get back on it before I forget again. Bronwin. I said this before. I'm going to say it again. I like her being a part of the show. I don't know if she's going to come back and be a part of the show, but just the way that she speaks, what she brings to the group, she's perfect for Salt Lake City. Like I told you before, if she narrated next season and she wasn't even a part, she just narrated, I just love the way she speaks and just the tone of her voice. I think she's perfect. I mean, I like her as a housewife too, don't get me wrong. But just when her quirkiness, her humor, it's perfect for this show. Did I agree with her this episode? No. Okay? And we're going to talk about that. All right. El Michelle says the entire cast is perfect, in my opinion. I mean, yeah. There isn't anyone that I'm like, fire right now. I mean, Meredith. But even with Meredith, I feel like if it was a Roni situation, then I'm like, fire Meredith. But it's not a Roni situation where there are plenty of people bringing it. I'm okay with the people that aren't bringing it to stay. Okay? So anyways, back to Bronwin. So Bronwin called Lisa Barlow and asked her if it was okay if she was to bring a gift. And Lisa was like, no, you don't have to do that. This is my trip. I'm already bringing something for the girls. You don't need to do any of that. Did you guys see Lisa Barlow singing with Kathy Hilton at this party? The same party that James Kennedy apparently left and decided to get himself involved in TV with Allie? Just saying. Oriel says that the mix is working. The cast is casting. I think everyone will be back. I just don't know if Bronwin will be back because of Todd. Okay? How do you pronounce this? Roosbell? Roosbell? Q? He says, Brittany's too whiny and desperate. Wait. It's too whiny, too desperate, too boring. She needs to go away. She's definitely desperate. I don't know if I would say she's boring. I don't know if I want to say she's boring. She's definitely whiny. Definitely desperate. Okay? Anyways, so Lisa was like, you don't have to bring a gift. Only for Bronwin to bring a gift. The gifts were cute, though. The gifts were cute. But how would you guys feel if you told someone not to? This is Lisa's trip. How would you feel after you spoke with someone and told them you don't have to do anything, just bring yourself, and they still bring it? How would you feel? Like, I felt like, okay, yes, Lisa didn't say, no, don't bring anything. This is my trip. But I don't imagine Lisa talking that way. But she did tell her, don't bring anything, bring yourself. And only for Bronwin to come and bring something. Again, Bronwin's love language might be gift giving. Okay? Or do you think that she wanted to buy people? Because remember, she wasn't in a good space with a good majority of the people at the time. Her, Angie, Brittany, Whitney, she's not in a good space. So why would you bring gifts for everyone? But again, that might be her love language. Jamina says, I don't think the Todd father loves how Bronwin carries herself. I love it. Don't think he's a fan. He's not. He's definitely not a fan. Hey, Jasmine. Jasmine says, Bronwin definitely overstepped on Lisa. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't like it. As someone that loves to give gifts and things like that, I wouldn't like it either, to be honest. Okay? Hey, K-Baby. K-Baby says, it's annoying, but to make a big deal over it isn't needed. Do you think that Lisa made a big deal? I think Lisa just commented on it. I think that Bronwin made a big deal about that room assignment, which we'll get to. But I feel like Lisa had a right to be like a little annoyed and say that to, in her confessional and to her friend. She didn't make a big deal about it yet in front of the group, but I'm sure she will. Okay? Rhonda says, bring a gift for your hostess. You're right. Or collaborate with Lisa. I know you don't want me to bring a gift, but I got these things for the girls. Can we just say this is from you and me? You know what I mean? That might be a nice way to kind of breeze over the situation. But maybe that's why Lisa's kind of taking it as a dig. Like, I told you not to bring something, and it's like you want to outshine me during the trip, and you brought something anyway. Sidebar, Bronwin talked about how at the dog park, she got bit by someone else's dog that was left unattended. But here's the thing, y'all. When she said she got bit, I was like, oh, okay. They showed her leg, her calf, and then she showed her arm. She got mauled. Bronwin got mauled to the point where, like, is she suing? She got mauled. I was like, what the? La Mommy on TikTok says she got mauled and no one cared. Okay, we have to remember we're watching an edited show. For all we know, everyone could have had a big reaction. But based off of what we saw, it wasn't a big reaction. It was like, because I'm at home clutching my pearls, like, oh, and girl, you're on this trip? Like, how long ago did that happen between the bat mitzvah and the trip? Because homegirl seemed okay, but based on what we saw, it looked like she was fighting for her life. She was fighting for her life. I felt so bad for her. I was like, girl, are we suing? Are we suing? Because we need to sue. And I'm not a litigious person, but based off of what we saw, I was like, no, girl, you look like you got attacked. Like someone beat you down, bit you up. I would be suing. He was busy. The owner was busy on his phone, left his dog unattended, and the dog tore her up. Okay, I'm sure we probably will see a lawsuit and then we'll find out the real story. But based off of what we've seen and the evidence, she got mauled. Ew. Sammy says dog bites are hot and painful. I don't want to know. I got bit once, not too long ago. It was by one of those little dogs. So I don't like little dogs. But luckily I had pants on, so I only got a little scratch. But oof. Can't stand a little dog. Well, no, I can't stand like the Chihuahuas. Those are the worst ones. Sorry if you own a Chihuahua. I can't stand them though. They're like aggressive for no reason. Anyways, let's move on. Anyway, so the women gather and they get ready for their trip. Again, another moment why I like Heather Gay, because she makes a comment like, none of these women are getting along, but you couldn't tell in this airport. And she highlights the people that are not getting along. I was like, oh, you're right. And everyone's talking to each other. Because sometimes these housewives just fight to fight for the show, but they really don't have a problem with the person. But she's like, thank you, TSA. You're right. Don't act up at the airport. You know what? I have to say, I had a really good experience going to London and coming back from London at the airport. It was just easy breezy. Shout out to Jay. Look, Jay at Virgin Atlantic. He was amazing. When I first checked in at JFK, when I was leaving to go to London, he was fabulous. So friendly, so kind. I didn't know, because when I was waiting online, I was talking to his girlfriend. Didn't know it was his girlfriend. She was sweet too. When I went up there to get checked in, she was like, be nice to my friend. He's like, oh, you know her? I was like, no, we just met online. He's like, oh, that's my girlfriend. He said he liked my jacket. Shout out to Jay. Okay, Jay at Virgin Atlantic. I like Virgin. Delta, y'all could do better. Because the food on Virgin was better. The accommodations, even their coach was better. Look, they call it Economy Delight. It's like one step. It's like Comfort Plus for Delta. So it was economy, but a little premium. It wasn't first class. It wasn't what Virgin calls upper class. Okay. Yeah, I flew coach, but it was okay. I survived. I'm still here. I actually got a good price to go to London. I was like, that's not bad. All right, Virgin. All right. I think I might be flying Virgin more often, because I remember I went there for my birthday, but I flew first class that time. And it was nice. Look, it was nice. Anyways, where am I going with this? Well, we were talking about coach, and I had to talk about that. Anyway, we were in the airport. I also love the fact, look, I love Clear and I love TSA PreCheck, but why do I always show up still 3 hours before? Like I'm going to wait a long time. Well, you just never know. Okay. Look, not only do I have Clear and TSA PreCheck, I also am Sky Priority. So I'm just saying. Just saying. Coco says, look at Kim promo. No, I'm not getting paid for this. They should. Look, they should. Amanda says, yes, I took Virgin Atlantic last time I went to London. It was fabulous. The last 2 times I went to London, I took Virgin Atlantic. I think I only took Delta back from London last year, but I took Virgin both ways this time. I loved it. Anyways, let me focus. So back at the airport, okay? So we end up in Mexico. So Lisa apparently created a PowerPoint for this trip. Okay. So she's all out. Did Lisa ever throw a trip before? Well, we have to remember, Salt Lake City really couldn't go anywhere when Jen Shaw was on the cast because of her legal situation. Sidebar, I did see that Jen Shaw's her jail sentence has been reduced yet again. Now they're saying she might come out in 2027 for good behavior. All right. Exactly, Jasmine. Jasmine says, run Kemp his promo coins. I should. How many people are here right now? Just saying. Grayson says, British Airways and Virgin Atlantic are all... Have I flown British Airways before? I don't know if I have. Anyways. Winter says, Housewives love a Mexico trip. They do, which is tiring. Look, which is tiring. Like, I know, but I always hear great things about Mexico, but I'm tired of seeing the same trip, okay, with a different cast. All right. Aaliyah says, is Jen still married to Coach? Yes. Legally, they are. I don't know emotionally if they're still there. So anyway, so Lisa Barlow says she put together a PowerPoint. She planned all the details of this trip. She's very excited about hosting this trip. So she explains the room assignments. And in her villa, mind you, it's identical villas. There's nothing wrong with the rooms. Everyone's going to have a nice room. However, Lisa put her alliance with her, Heather, Meredith, and Brittany. So Bronwin immediately is just like, what? But mind you, Bronwin at this particular point is not getting along with Whitney and Angie. So she's now in a villa with them. I think Bronwin made a big deal, and it didn't need to be a big deal. It didn't need to be a big deal. Tyrese says that 2027 is still a long time. But remember, she was supposed to serve a lot longer. They keep reducing her time. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jen Shaw comes out of jail next year. Just saying. Anyways, let me take a sip. Train with Maine. Train with Maine says, I'm ready for RHOP to travel to Africa. Like, I just don't think that's in the budget anymore for Housewives. Somebody's going to actually have coin in order to sponsor a trip like that. But here's the thing, Bravo. You guys have connections. You could get trips sponsored. Like, why? What's up with these lame trips? But anyways. So Lisa, mentions what the room assignment is. She's like, it's matching villas, but Bronwin already is like having a fit. And she feels like, Lisa, first of all, you see what I've gone through. Here's the thing, Bronwin. The accommodations are the same. Yes, do I think Lisa in some shape or form is being a mean girl and hazing you in regards to you're a newbie, I'm not really happy with you, and I'm going to put you in this, I'm going to put you with these other women. But in Lisa's head, and she maps it out for us, the audience, on why she chose the room, because certain people are not getting along. Very possible. But do I think that Bronwin needs to make the big deal that she did? No. I hate the fact that she made a big deal about the room assignments. Why? Like, what's the point? Who cares? If the rooms were different, I could understand. If the rooms were in a space where you wouldn't feel comfortable, I could understand. Okay. Jasmine says that it's a non-issue, Bronwin's reaction. Exactly. Britt says Beverly Hills is the only cast that goes on expensive trips from Dubai to Japan. Where did they go? They went to St. Lucia this year. That's kind of okay. That's different for them. Because when was the last time they went to they went to Mexico. When did they go to Mexico? All right. And look, they're already doing their first little group trip. This is not even a major trip for them, and Kathy Hilton's sponsoring it. Okay. And honestly, I kind of feel that's probably why they're able to do the group trips, probably because maybe they will actually spend their own money on the trips in Beverly Hills. That might be it. Because normally Bravo's paying for these trips. So maybe this cash trip was really sponsored, all right, by Kathy Hilton. They also went to Portugal. Yeah, look, I don't know. Yeah, RHOA used to have some really good trips. And did they go to Portugal this year? No, they went to Portugal a couple of seasons back. Not that long ago. It feels so long ago at this particular point. Okay. All right. Hello, Luna says, Whitney chiming in on rooms, saying we normally choose our own, was unnecessary. She has no purpose other than to hate Lisa. She's the only one that annoys me. Okay. All right. I mean, is that what they normally do? They choose their own rooms? I just feel like it's not that big of a deal because it's two villas. I don't see a problem. That's very common for housewives to choose, okay, this is where you're going to be. But she didn't necessarily choose the room. She just chose the villas. So she was like, okay, these particular people are going to be in this villa and these particular people are going to be in this villa. You choose your rooms from there. So technically they did choose their rooms. Okay. But Bronwin already is having an issue with it and she feels like she's being punished. And Whitney says, yeah, you are being punished. And now you got to deal with us. And Angie and me are your only real friends here. Do you believe that? Here's the thing. I don't think what Bronwin did was anything wrong. I think Bronwin was being honest. My experience with Lisa is not what you guys are describing. I respect that. And I think she still would say that no matter how Lisa has treated her until she gets treated the way that she's getting treated. Elle says, I thought Potomac was the only cast to go to Portugal. Beverly Hills went to Barcelona. But no, didn't RHOA go to Portugal? Didn't they go to Portugal? They went to a different part of Portugal. That might have been their last big cast trip. I don't remember now. But they used to go on some good trips too. Nestle on TikTok says Whitney was looking for Bronwin to attack Lisa. Yeah, she wanted to commiserate, and Bronwin wasn't going to do that. That's a very Earth sign Virgo thing to do. So like, we're not going to co-sign something that we don't think that is true. Lexi says that Bronwin wants to be in the cool girls club. That was one of the first things that I thought watching Bronwin's reaction to the room situation. She feels like she was left out. Jazzy says RHO went to Africa too. Yeah, that's when Candy and Todd got together. All right. See, Elma says, yeah, because they hated the house Cynthia selected. Oh, you guys have such a good memory when it comes to some of this Housewives details. I really do not. Okay. Yeah. Dion says that RHOA went to Faro, Portugal. All right. And Potomac went to Madeira, Portugal. Portugal was nice. I would go to Portugal again. Portugal was nice. I would do a different part of Portugal. I would still go to Lisbon because there's still so much to do and see in Lisbon, but I would go to the south, to the Algarve. So let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, wait, I have super chats. All right, let me say thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for the super chats, the Venmos, the cash outs. I see that normally after the live, but we do appreciate the support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. Zoe says, yo, outside of season 4 and 5 of Potomac, I don't remember loving a season like this. It's my new favor. I am obsessed. Bravo, bravo, chef's kiss. I think we all can agree. It's been a good season. Like, it has so many levels of drama, of funny, of serious issues and vulnerability. I honestly did not believe that we would have a good season after what went down with Monica and them cutting Monica out. Rahina, thank you so much for the super chat. Rahina says, Meredith planned this Kempire. Also, why do her kids sound so nasally and whiny? Also, welcome home. You mean the vocal fry? I don't know. I actually would like to hear what her other son sounds like. I know he talks a little bit. He doesn't sound like them. He's here in New York. Julie, I don't think that would go well over here in New York with the vocal fry. There are people here with that too, but Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, I think Jen Shaw will be out on Good Behavior by the end of 2025, and Bravo will dangle a huge paycheck in front of her and ratings and hold off Britney's snowflake. I mean, is that your prediction? I mean, Britney deserved a snowflake this season. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat and spending your lovely husband's money. Oh, wait, did this go through twice? Oh, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Julie, for the super chats. We appreciate it. Okay. All right. Guys, if you haven't already, you can also support the channel just by liking the video. We're talking about the latest episode of The Real Housewives of of Salt Lake City. I did not get a chance to watch the after show, so that's one thing that I did not get to watch. And I also have not watched, Sale on SLC yet. Hopefully this week I'll get to it. I have been trying to catch up on 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days because I told you in the new year, Tuesday Takeover will return. Trying to stick with that, so stay tuned for that. Let me get back to this. Okay, so Lisa tells, in a separate scene, Lisa tells Meredith about Bronwin bringing the gift and how she didn't like that. Okay? But then in another scene, when the group, they've gotten settled, they come together, they're having drinks, of course, with Vita Tequila. Brittany says, I have an announcement. She's so delusional, and I get why people don't like her, but for me, she's perfect. She's perfect for this show. She's a perfect personality. She's Mormon. There's a lot of issues going on there. She deserves, I never tell you when someone deserves to get a snowflake. She deserved a snowflake this season. I don't know what she will do next season. I definitely think they'll ask her back. Okay? But yeah. Anyways. Brittany says she makes an announcement, and this actually is an important announcement because this is a big part of her story, and that is it's the reason why she's not a full-time snowflake is because she can't film with her kids. I don't think that's a reason for it. She still brought a lot. All right? Amidst says she's a perfect dummy. Zoe says Brittany is tragically entertaining. Wendy says she's delusional, but I like it. These are like backhanded compliments. But yeah. Jesse says, not a perfect dummy. Yeah. Sammy says, if Brittany's drinking water, she has an announcement for it. That's why no one really takes her seriously. But this was a big announcement because she says she finally spoke to one of her daughters. As you know, she's been estranged from her daughters because her daughters are from her first marriage, but she's been estranged from her daughters because of her second marriage. Okay? So she makes that announcement and everyone's just like, huh. And Brittany expected more. She expected more in regards to their reaction. But I think, Brittany, you've done so many announcements that people are a little desensitized. But this was a big announcement for Brittany. Woo, woo, woo. But as the English say, as we did in London, woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo. Just say it. Damn, Jamina says she's annoying. Hey, the Brooke Ashley. Brooke, I have to text you. Look, I'll just make the announcement here. I got to text you, Brooke. And look, I'm back. I 2 recaps in one day and a video on Papoose and Remy Ma. If you missed that story, go check out the video. And mods, if we can post the link in the chat. Shout out to the Brooke Ashley. Brooke and Taria are going to be coming back. I haven't told them that. No, I did tell them that, but we have to figure out the day. They will be coming back so we can do another Real Housewives Ultimate recap. So stay tuned for that. Okay? But yeah, back to this. So Brittany makes that announcement. I think it's a big announcement, but the group doesn't react the way that she expects them to react. The fact that she spoke to her daughter's going to sleep over. She's still not talking to the other daughter. Okay? Trey Main says the conversation about the kids made the ladies uncomfortable. I mean, I can see that. Maybe there's more to the story. Why? But okay. Anyway, so Bronwin in this moment decides to confront Lisa about the room assignments. And then, of course, Brittany has to chime in. And Bronwin's just like, I'm not even looking. Can you not speak? I'm not even looking in your direction. I'm not looking in your direction. That is such a Virgo. Amber says that is not something you air out in a group of women. About the kids? About her finally speaking to one of her kids? I don't feel like there was anything wrong with that. Okay? Oh, Quindy says, on behalf of Kempire and the crew, we say, woo-woo. Woo-woo-woo. All right. So Bronwin decides to lay out all her issues, and Lisa just doesn't understand where she's coming from. And honestly, look, I've enjoyed Bronwin this season. However, you got me siding with Lisa this episode. And I hate that for us. Okay? I hate that for us. I don't want to side with Lisa Barlow, but I will when I believe that she's right. I feel like she made such a big deal. And Bronwin keeps going at Lisa like, oh, why couldn't you just say that it's not a big deal? You make it seem like, oh, I gave you a room that is stellar, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Bronwin, I don't know, maybe the dog bite, maybe it's something went to the brain, I don't know. But it felt like a non-issue that you were making out of this situation. And honestly, I was bored with it. I was over it before it even started. I saw where you were going with it, and I didn't care. Someone said, what did Lisa do to her lips? Why are we talking about her lips and we're not talking about the skin? Forget about the lips. When she was sitting with Meredith and she had put it, like, you saw like the blotches. And again, it could be just like the tanning. Who knows? I was like, the skin. Just saying. Oh, see, I was just offending Lisa. Now you got me talking about her skin. You guys are a mess. Amina, thank you so much for the super chat. Amina says, I love Lisa because she's authentic in her obnoxiousness. And I can feel Bronwin trying to be something rather than just being. The whole cast together, though, is a 10 out of 10. I agree. Thank you so much for the super chat. Miyata, thank you so much for the super chat. Miyata says, what did Lisa do to her? You really had to put that in the super chat, Miyata. What did Lisa do to her skin? That is the question we should be asking. But we're going to move on. Trayman May says her skin definitely needs to be healed from tanning. No, she also eats Wendy's and drinks Diet Coke and nothing but junk food. Just saying. Okay. So here's the thing. I could go back and forth in regards to the back and forth between Bronwin and Lisa. But it was ridiculous. And Bronwin, I feel like you were wrong and you were making a big deal out of nothing. Do I think that Lisa was taking a little bit of a dig at Bronwin by putting her with the other women? Yes. But you made her see that it bothered you and that it worked. And I will never respect that. Why are we letting this person see you sweat when we know that you can go stay in Palm Springs at a $20,000 a night villa? Why are we caring about the situation? But again, maybe the dog bite went to her head. Maybe something, did we find out? Was it rabies? Oh, damn. Shut up. You were thinking it. Okay. K-Baby says, I think Todd is stressing Bronwin out and she's taking it out on Lisa. You think? Hey, Danny. Danny's back. Danny, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. Look, I have to say the jet lag... It's okay. I don't mind it. I'm okay. I woke up really early, but not too early. I woke up early enough. Okay. Danny says her skin is bad because of bad diet, I'm sure. She once said that she had a Kit Kat for breakfast. Yeah, she doesn't have the best diet. Like, I feel for her insides. Goodness. K-Baby says Lisa will eat Wendy's every day if there's a check attached. MC says it was Whitney's face when Bronwin was telling her all like this. Girl, Angie and I tried to tell you. But again, why is she making Lisa see her sweat? If that was Lisa's intention. Jamina, I agree. Mary said drink water. Just saying. Jan says, hold on. Jan says, clock it, Kempire. That's what I was more annoyed with. Like, why did you show your emotions? I sound like a toxic Taurus. No, I maybe, is it a Taurus trait? I just hated the fact that she showed her that it bothered her. And honestly, Virgos are usually better than that. But, Virgos got that thing, a little tick. But then again, I'm going to give her grace. She got bit bad. Come on, y'all. Did y'all see the marks? Did you see the mark like that? I'm wishing her well. I'm going to give her. It's also traumatic. It might not even be rabies. It's also trauma. So maybe it was a trauma response. Okay, I forgive you, Bronwin. I love Bronwin on the show. Okay. Based off the preview, Bronwin talks about infidelity in their marriage. Do you think she cheated or was it Todd? I believe Todd cheated. Do we still like him? Oh, well, she decided to stay. I couldn't. If someone cheated on me, like, I will always think about it. So it's not going to work. You cheat on me, we're done. I no. Look, I'm saying that now, but maybe if I've been with someone long enough, I will change my mind, but I can't promise you that. Well, okay. See, Jan says, so true. My hubby is a Virgo and would never show his hand. It was so unlike her. So I'm thinking the rabies went to the trauma. Logan, you don't have to say it like that, Logan. Logan says, baby, that dog dragged her. Come on. Nasser, I see. Look, Nasser says, that's my deal breaker, cheating. You know what my deal breaker is? Virgos. No, I'm playing Virgos. I'm kidding. Calm down, Virgos. We should be slamming the Sagittarius. I don't have a bad thing to say about Sagittarius, though. I don't. So I'm not going to do it. Oh, here go Oriel. Are we talking about signs again? What? Oh, anyways. So they go on this back and forth between Bronwin and Lisa. Brittany keeps chiming in. Honestly, Brittany's delusion and her activation, I'm here for it. Y'all better give her a snowflake next season. Please give her a snowflake next season. Oh, see, Allie says you are doing so well on the Virgo front. Okay. See, look, Ariel, you know what? Now we're gonna drag Sagittariuses. Okay. Oh, Foxy said we Sages rock. See. MC says, as rich as Todd is, he can't cheat all he wants. He can cheat all he wants. No, you meant he can cheat all he wants, MC. Really? Is that what we're accepting in 2024? A cheating rich man? Yes? Oh, okay. Nasser says, I'm a fan of Sages. See? I think Sages are innocent. They're fire signs, but I just don't, I don't think they have a bad thing in them. You know what I mean? Ooh! Hey, Adrian. Adrian says, Kev stays giving us Virgos the business, but you know I love a Virgo. I really do, but I know them very well. Ooh, Samir says Sag men are the devil. Do I know any Sag men? No, I do. I don't know if they're the devil. Come on. Come on. Sounds like you've been through it with one, though. Mm-mm. Okay. All right. See? Look. Sagittarius love you, Kempire. I think all the signs love me. But I do love a Sag. I don't know if I would date a Sag, though. We already talked about this. Let's focus. Let's focus, guys. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the latest episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm enjoying the season. I probably would give this episode a 9, if not a 10, just because there was just so much going on between personal fights, humor, serious conversations about Mary Cosby and her son and how she grew up and how she felt like she had no support and she doesn't have any support in this situation. There's just so much. I probably could definitely give this episode a 10, though. If I'm really being honest, it was such a good episode. All right. So they go for dinner. Okay. After all this fighting. And when Angie sits down, Angie sees that there's a bag, a Brooks Marks bag, and it's filled with the gifts that Angie had given to Meredith. And you remember, Angie is in the hair care business, so it's a bunch of stuff in there. This is why Meredith, I can appreciate what Meredith brings to the show, because apparently there are sulfates in the products that she gave. She's like, well, I have keratin in my hair. I can't have sulfates. What? Look, what? The ridiculousness of it all. Okay. So Meredith then asked Angie, did you tell someone that you wanted your gifts back? And then they had this like back and forth. Like it was so weird, but so in line with Salt Lake City's type of humor. Salt Lake City is different than any of the other cities. So you know how we appreciate the shade of an Atlanta? Well, there's a quirky, funny weirdness of Salt Lake City that you don't see in any of the other cities. And Meredith was like, did you tell anyone that you wanted your gifts back? And then Heather points out, like, this seems very familiar. Then we flash back to the breakfast at Mary's house where they were having this back and forth again. Okay? So Brittany decides to chime in because they go back to the conversation of slut shaming. What I appreciate about Bronwin and her stepping in and being the voice of reason, very much like a Virgo, being the voice of reason, it's like, well, you were the first one to say it. And she says in her confessional, like, this was the timeline of things. And I completely forgot about the timeline because I did forget that Brittany was the one who referred to it as slut shaming at the beginning and then tried to insinuate that maybe this is what Angie and Sean do in their relationship. Let's be honest, Brittany is just upset at the fact that she is being exposed as not so Mormon and she doesn't want her church and her family to see that she's drinking and having sex out of wedlock, even though she's been married twice already. And she shared this on camera. And Angie's just calling it out. And they flash back first of all, they flash back to a conversation that Bronwin had with Lisa and John Barlow. When they were going back, when Lisa and Bronwin were having their issue, she was like, you know what I'm going through? We sat down and we had a conversation, and that's when John Barlow was talking about, you know, how Lisa had reached out in regards to finding his birth mother and things like that. So he says he regrets even doing that. So Bronwyn's conversation in regards to the room assignment, she's like, Lisa knows all the things that I'm going through right now. But they also flash back in this episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City with a scene where, what was it? Angie, Heather, and Brittany. And this was where Brittany was, again, talking about her multiple relationships. She's like, I'm dating 3 guys, and her father is dating 8 women. So, again, I don't think that Angie was trying to throw Brittany under the bus. The same way I don't think that Angie was trying to throw her under the bus by bringing wine to this religious event. I think she just didn't think about it, and she was giving a gift because she knows clearly that Brittany does drink. But Brittany's making a bigger deal out of that, and now the whole having multiple partners. Okay, maybe you're not sleeping with all these people, but you're definitely sleeping with the man that gave you crotchless panties, Jared Osmond. And I appreciate Bronwin saying, like, I don't think I've ever gotten a crotchless panties from a man I wasn't sleeping with. Well, tell us a little bit more about that, Bronwin. And then they flash back to the scene where you hear on the mic where Brittany's showing them her, Jared got me these panties, showing her junk to the women. Do women do that? You show each other your vajayjays like that? I'll tell you right now, men don't do that. I know heterosexual men don't do that, and gay men don't do that. At least not my friends. We're not showing each other our junk. Just saying. Is that normal for you guys? Is that normal? Just asking. Kylo on TikTok says, no, that's not a thing. Okay. Nelsie says, Angie was using the info Brittany provided. Yeah, this is why you lose me, Brittany, because you're mad at Angie for information that you've already put out there. And she never called you a slut. She just insinuated it. Okay. She just insinuated it. Okay. Anyways, guys. Oh, I forgot to mention, Kempire After Dark is returning to Washington, D.C. on January 24th, 2025. All right. Inauguration week. Okay. And then we're coming back to New York City on February 21st. Both are Fridays. Go get your tickets today if you haven't already. And for those that don't live in Washington, D.C. or New York City, but D.C., if you enjoy the D.C. show, if you're missing the D.C. show, you can get a live stream option. All of that information is available in the description. So there will be a live stream option for the New York City show. But DC, don't worry. What we talk about the week of our show won't be what I'll be talking about 3 weeks later or a month later in New York City. So it's worth it to be a part of both. Okay. More information on the Kempire After Dark show will be available in the description. I'm so excited to come back to Washington, D.C. And I'm excited for our third New York City show. Third. So let's sell out both shows. All right. Love Compy says, I'm 35 and I do not. I just don't see it. Hey, Coco says, got my ticket for D.C. I can't wait to come back to D.C. You guys really show out. We're already sold out in our premiere seating. Sorry, y'all. But general admission is still available, and we still have a few tickets. Let me double check, because I don't want to say that now and then all of a sudden we don't. I believe we still have a few tickets for the meet and greets for DC. Let me just double check. Let me just double check so that you guys know. Okay, no, there's still some tickets available for the VIP pre-show meet and greet. All right. Make sure you read the details in regards to that, but there is a low ticket alert for that. Okay, so the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to Washington, D.C. on Friday, January 24th, 2025. All right. Alma says, can't wait for the New York City show. Last one was so much fun. Yeah, we had a good time. And I'm sure the Brooke Ashley will be there as well. Just saying. So stay tuned for that, guys. More information on all of that will be available in the description. All right. So this back and forth between Angie and Meredith, here's the thing, Meredith. I feel like you just wanted to have an issue with Angie, okay? The whole slut shaming situation, you heard one side and you just wanted to jump on it, okay? But Angie gets really upset because she said, I felt embarrassed, like your kids were there, Heather's daughter was there, and you basically shamed her in front of all these people at an event. I don't think Angie knew that was even planned or coming. Okay. And to get kicked out of an event, I don't know what that feels like, but here we are. All right. So flashing back a little, let me see. Okay. So there turns out to be Angie starts getting into it with Brittany, and then she takes the bag of stuff and she flings it. You did fling it, Angie. I don't think you meant to fling it, but you did kind of toss it, and because she tossed it and the bag was upside down, some of the stuff came out. Okay. And so Brittany has, the reaction, okay? The big reaction in regards to that. But that's when Bronwin points out, like, well, no, Brittany, you were the first one to say, mind you, Bronwin doesn't like Brittany. She hasn't liked Brittany. They were friends for a hot 2 seconds last week. Okay. Then I have to say, Meredith, at the end, after all this back and forth between Bronwin and Brittany, okay, and then us finding out about what Brittany has said to the women in separate scenes about her dating life and relationships, Meredith then somehow, some way, calms down and says, I was just triggered. I was just triggered by what went down. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you said it first or what happened, but I'm ready to move on. What? Did anyone else feel like, where did this come from? Why are we here all of a sudden? I appreciate it because I was tired of it. But Angie is just like, you know what? I just want to sit in this moment. I just want to enjoy this moment. Okay? So that's how this particular episode ends. But there's more to come because the preview shows a lot more stuff going down between the ladies. So the drama is far from over on the latest episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But they're having such a good season. When he says Brittany wasn't even crying. Chandler says Meredith's pills kicked in. Ooh. Coco says Miley wasn't invited. Miley. No, I think she posted on social media that last week's episode would be her last episode. I don't understand how she even got a friend of. I don't understand, but maybe she negotiated it beforehand. I don't know. Maybe. Exactly. Jinyu says she just wanted her moment. She just wanted her moment. She wanted to humiliate Angie, and she got it. Okay. Jan says Whitney's confessional about Brittany. She's right, though. Brittany is like the new girlfriend being used to make the ex-wife jealous in regards to putting Brittany in with the other girls. Yeah, and look, Brittany did say, maybe in regards to Bronwin being upset about the room situation, she's like, maybe she just likes me more than you. And Lisa was like, no, that's not why I did it. Brittany was here for it. Like, she was here for it. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Let me drop the call-in link on the community tab for our members first, but live chat, let's get to 300 likes and I'll drop the call-in link for you guys as well. Matter of fact, let's get to 250 likes and I'll drop the call-in link for you guys. All right. Coco says that Maylee is the Jazzy from Potomac. Well, no, Jazzy came out with a little bit of a storyline, with that Mia math. So she stood out a little bit more. We were actually liking Jazzy up until now. We don't really even see her anymore. Might explain why she ended up being just a friend of. Maybe. All right. So let me drop the call-in link, guys. Again, don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. And don't forget, you can also hear a podcast version of our live recaps on the Kempire YouTube channel. Also special episodes as well. If you're a member of the channel, we're going to be dropping the call-in link on the community tab. I know I was away. However, don't forget, I did post quite a few different stories in regards to Jay-Z and his situation, the United Healthcare slayer, we'll say, just for lack of better words, here on YouTube. So if you missed any of those stories, be sure to check out the channel. Also, we did do recaps while we were away. So be sure to check that out. And if you're a member of the channel, we did post a call-in link on the community tab. Let me get to some of these super chats. Boyit Tumelo? I don't know. Oh, Boy Tumelo? Is that Boy Tumelo? Thank you for the super chat. So, woo. So I'm still in London. Woo, my favorite. It's 12 a.m. in South Africa. And when are you coming this side? I was just talking about that. I would like to come to South Africa very soon. Love Compiece, thank you so much for the super chat. I Love Compiece says, I like how she said high body count hair instead of calling her what she actually could have. You're right. And she softened the blow with that. Okay. Rahina, thank you so much for the super chat. Rahina says, Maylee, I don't know how to spell her name, was an epic fail. Well, damn. Yeah, she was. Look, she was. She definitely was. And look, that's not her fault. They just decided to show certain parts of her and they didn't. SC says, hi, Kempire from Abu Dhabi. What's going on, Abu Dhabi? I haven't been to the UAE in a long time. Kat says, Kempire, thank you for the live stream option. Yes, guys, don't forget the New York City show in February. We'll have a live stream option. There is a separate link for that. Okay. All right. Shout out to everyone that's a member on the channel. We will be dropping the call-in link for the general audience right now. Guys, let's get to 250 likes. We are going to be taking questions and comments about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City episode that aired this week. I'm not that behind because it aired last night, right? So, okay, so I'm good. I'm not that far behind. Yes, I will be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville at some point, probably tomorrow, later in the afternoon. So stay tuned for that. Okay, let's get into some of these callers though, so I can get out of here. Okay. All right. Let me say thank you. We had another super chat. Kiana. Yeah, Kiana. Thank you for the super chat. Kiana says, I think she said some bad things on Twitter, so they cut her scenes. Oh, I did hear that about Maylee. Some of the things, I didn't see the tweets myself, but I did hear that rumor. That's why they cut her. Why don't they do their research before including anybody? I know big employers already do that. They search your social media before giving you the job. Okay. They need a better social media department over there at Bravo's HR. Just saying. Thank you for the super chat. All right, let's get to some of these callers so I can get out of here because I got to go. All right, Wendy's backstage. We're going to bring Wendy up next. Wendy, what did you want to share in regards to this show?
I am 2 for 2 today, being the first one. Yay. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. When I saw Bronwin's arm and leg, I was like, good Lord, that bite. Do you got rabies, honey? Do you have anything? Have you been checked? Have that dog been put down? Because in Tennessee, if you get bit by the dog will be put down.
Oh.
Yes. So I'm saying lawsuit. Okay, Brittany had me tripping the whole episode, especially how she was egging everything on, especially that part where she told Bronwin, well, maybe she likes me better than you. I was like, well, darn. I'm not going to say the other word, but I would normally say, well, the other word, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah, Brittany, she's doing it this season. I'm loving her. I'm feeling for Mary because I'm a mom of one son, and so I can understand. Thankfully, my son is not in drugs. I caught him smoking weed once, but other than that, that's it. Yeah.
Why are you telling his business? It's like, Mom.
Yeah. And he tried to do it in the house and try to keep the windows open like I wasn't going to smell it. And I was like, dude.
He tried to do it in the house?
Yes. And I can smell it. I must have bionic nose because I smelled it across the house.
He tried to do it. Wait, he tried to do it while you were at home too?
Because I work from home.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, I would ask you if your mama like you, but I'm your mama. So right now. But yeah. But I feel for Mary, so prayers for her and her son. And where's her husband? That's all I gotta know. That's all I want to know. Where is Mary's husband? Is he in Las Vegas?
I think he might have been. I think he might have come back, but he just doesn't want to film.
Okay. All right. Gotta go. Bye.
Thank you, Wendy. Bye. All right. We got Elle Michelle backstage. We're going to bring Elle Michelle up next. Elle Michelle, what did you want to share about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
Hi, Kemp. It's been a long time since I called. I just wanted to utilize all of my membership benefits. So first of all, I hate what happened to Bronwin as far as being bit by the dog. But the first thing that came in my head, having dogs, growing up with dogs, is that dog might have been triggered by all of the dog smell on her. Because just knowing how her house looked, I just feel like Bronwin probably smelled of dog. Mary and Whitney. When it comes to Mary, I feel for Mary as it relates to her son and the drug situation, that situation. I feel like the next person that she might go to or confide in for some reason, I feel like would be Whitney because everything that Whitney had to go through with her dad. So I feel like she might be a source for Mary. Angie and Meredith, I feel like Meredith kind of melted the ice when it came to Angie because I feel like Angie is a sweetheart. I feel like she sees Angie does want to move forward with her. And I do feel like in that moment when she was looking at Angie, I just feel like she took a moment and was just like, you know what, let me hear the other side of the story like her daughter said or somebody said. I was going to say something about Brittany. She's entertaining. That's about it. She can stay around.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Elvis.
Oh, can I say one more thing, Kempire? Are you coming back to Atlanta?
I hope to.
Okay, because Atlanta ATL RHOA is coming back, so I feel like we should start getting the plans together.
Oh,
for you to come back. Because you always say it's hard. This is a whole planning experience. If you need me to start on foot down here, I will start if you need me to.
Okay, well, I appreciate it, Elle Michelle. Thank you.
All right, Kempire, you have a great night.
You too. Bye. Look, I can't tell you guys everything that I got in the works. Like, you first got to book things first. All right. Elle, my bell is backstage. We're going to bring her up next. Elle, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire.
Hey.
Hi, mods. Hi, chat. So it's funny. I unmute when you said L Michelle last time because I was like, oh, L, not me. Okay. So I just want to say Salt Lake City is on fire. I'm enjoying it. This is my first time calling in for this show. And I just want to say, hey, they're not UPS, but they stay delivering. So I just want to say that as far as the editing, it gives me kind of reminiscent of Southern Charm. I actually watched that show since inception, and they do a lot of that editing. So it's like very on par with that, and it's really good editing. But all I want to say is I looked up those passport holders that Bronwin gave away, and they're $600 a piece on Neiman Marcus. Yes. I feel like she bought them before she asked Lisa. That's why she didn't give it away. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to try to get out to your DC show because I'm in the DMV. I was there last year and I had a great time.
Awesome.
So we will see. I will try to look up the tickets as soon as I get off.
Yes, Elle. Hope to see you there. Thank you for calling in.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all better come get your tickets. DC could keep showing out. And yes, look, stay tuned. We're working on more, okay? All right. All right. And don't forget, there is a live stream option available for the New York City show. But again, every show is so different because it's based on what's happening currently. Okay? Exactly. Danny says $600. I wonder, they looked expensive in regards to the passport holders. And that is very generous of her. But, and again, maybe that's her love language. I don't know. Okay. TC says, my earbuds are screaming power off. Keep Kempire awake as long as you can. I think he just yawned. I forgot how fun this is. You know what, TC? I also remember the jet lag. Okay, so technically for me, it's like 10 o'clock at night after almost 11. All right, Ellie's backstage. We're going to bring Ellie up next. Ellie, what did you want to share in regards to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
Oh my God. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yay. Okay, cool. This is my first time calling in as a member.
Oh, excuse me.
Shout out to Jan M for becoming a member with me at the same time. I needed a little bit of encouragement. Anyway, so me and her both became members at the same time earlier today on your Beverly Hills. So
thank you.
Woo! Shout out to her. Now we're members. So exciting. Yes. Okay. So I'm Ellie. I'm from Texas. I'm a Cancer, Virgo rising, Libra moon, just so everybody knows. And gosh, Salt Lake City has just given me such juice between Mary and her friendship with Angie, between Bronwin. Because at first I was like, is Bronwin going to be a fan favorite and like a do no wrong type of person? But she does. She does do wrong. And I love that I can criticize her, but as well really, really enjoy her. Her mess, gosh. I really think the only one that's lagging, because even Meredith, obviously you had those security there for a reason. Those guys were like, ma'am, to Angie, you gotta stop. It was hilarious. It was hilarious to watch. But even Meredith, I was like, all right, okay. But Heather, I feel like if anything, the cousins can go.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cousins can go. I'm like, they don't bring fashion. They don't bring fun. They don't bring storyline. They don't bring money. What are they bringing? Like, what are they bringing? Anyway, so that's my spiel. I cannot wait, and I'm so grateful for you coming to Texas. Yes, I am manifesting it in that way, so I'm so grateful that you're coming. Cannot wait to see you. Woo! Hey, bye.
Thanks, Ellie. Bye. What good energy. Yes, let's manifest that, because it's not like I don't want to come to Texas. I mean, the touring is a lot, but yes. All right, let me get to the rest of these callers, but first, let me say thank you. Hey, V. Nice picture, V. V says, hey, just stopping by to show love. Thank you so much. We appreciate the love, guys. You can also show love just by liking today's video, our live recap. If you're part of the replay crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And look, I appreciate you guys doing some research, because now that we know how much those passport holders were, I'm like, oh, well, and maybe that's why Lisa is in her feelings, because the gifts that she got for the rest of the folks probably don't amount to what, or weren't as nice as Bronwin's. Another reason why she probably put you in the other room, Bronwin. Okay. JS, what did you want to share in regards to Salt Lake City?
Hello, out of Texas. So first and foremost, my heart always goes out to Mary and what she's going through. I think Angie was the perfect person for her to go to speak about this, especially after that beautiful scene with her and her dad. And she's not being judgmental. She sees it for the disease that it is.
Yes.
And then the next thing is Bronwin. I love her, but she was overreacting about the room situation. And I think this is what Todd keeps trying to remind her is to keep her cool. Don't show people that you're getting shooken up because you've lost at that point. And that's exactly the game that Lisa likes to play. The last thing is Angie. I love Angie, but why is it that Lisa can yell in her face even after she shared how she shuts down emotionally when she does that? And she has no heat for her, but she can tell Bronwin to shut the F up like 5,000 times. That's the part with Angie that really confuses me. And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, JS. Take care. Oh, perfect timing. All right, Miss Bernice is backstage. We're going to bring up Miss Bernice next. Miss Bernice, what did you want to share in regards to Salt Lake City?
What up, though? This Miss Bernice from the D, Capricorn. Y'all fail to realize Angie is not going to go off on Lisa because Angie want to be in proximity of Lisa. She will tolerate Lisa talking about her like a dog and yelling at her because she want to be in that spot that Heather got. And Bronwin is not mad at Lisa. She's disappointed in Lisa because Lisa always wants her support, but she don't give it back. That's a disappointment. That's not anger. You know what I'm going through, and you're not supporting me in what I'm going through. You say, shoot fly, go over there, deal with it. But I got you, girl. Just call me. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
And Brittany, disillusional. She don't need no snowflakes. She need milk duds. Please stop encouraging this behavior. Please.
Not milk duds. All right.
Yes, because she's not strong. She yapping like a little chihuahua when all you got to do is, I'm gonna kick you like a football through the goalpost. That's all it takes to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
So you trying to be big and bad. Oh, she like me better than she like you. Girl, all I got to do is come over there and blow on you. And you going to go crying. I want my mama. Come on.
All right, Miss Bernice. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, hurry up so I can go get you some sleep.
Look, I got a few things. I can't go to sleep too early because then that's going to keep me off the schedule.
Did you eat?
I did have a salad.
That's not food.
Oh, it was food. It had chicken in it. It had avocado.
You know what? I love you.
Thank you, Miss Bernice. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, Dee Dee says on the after show, Lisa said she gifted the ladies a Louis Vuitton. I like Louis Vuitton, but the Louis Vuitton passport holder is not $600. Matter of fact, I need to get me a passport. No, I don't need to get me a passport. But when you travel, you can go to a Louis Vuitton store and they'll stamp it. Oh, like the different ones, the different countries. That's why I said I wanted to get me one. Yeah, but they're not $600. I don't remember how much they are. Okay, we're gonna go look. Look, hold on. I just need to confirm. Look, I just need to confirm. Louis Vuitton. So if you're ever thinking about getting me a gift, I love Louis Vuitton. I'm kidding, guys. Well, no, I'm not kidding. I do love Louis Vuitton. Look, Louis Vuitton. Hold on, let me look. I mean, I'm not sure which one she got them. I mean, it depends. I don't know which one she got them. It ranges though from $370 to $460. No, there's one for like $590. I don't think she got this one for them. The LV Heritage, the My LV Heritage. I mean, look. But wait a sec. Wait, did she get them? Wait, no. You said that she got them Louis Vuitton, but what did she get them in Louis Vuitton? Did she also get them a passport holder? Oh gosh, who knows? Who cares? Okay. Kisco says it's Louis, not Louis. I know that. I'm being facetious. I'm reminding you what Wendy Williams referred to it as. Remember? Okay. Oh, Wendy says send your address. I'll get you one. You know what, Wendy? Anyway. Oh, Dee Dee says, my father used to say salad is for rabbits. My salad was good. I actually feel good the fact that I had salad. I mean, that's not my dinner, but that was definitely my lunch. Okay. Allie says, LV stopped the stamping service. When? It has to be like last week, because the last I checked, they did not stop doing that around the world. Okay? Okay, Kisco says, Kempire, don't be a consumer. Have you invested your money yet? Please understand, if I tell you I'm buying something, don't worry about how I manage my money. Okay? You don't know about just because I'm talking about buying something doesn't mean that I don't invest. Okay? Or that I don't have savings. I don't tell y'all everything. Okay? I also didn't tell you I even bought anything. I said I like Louis. Okay? Ooh, Mauricio says, I don't see any presents from Lisa. That wasn't shared on the show. Okay? All right. Oh, Jamina says, no, she says she has an LV passport cover. Okay. Nasser says, Lisa's not that generous. Oh, Lisa Barlow. All right, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Let me get to these last couple of callers, and then I got to get out of here. I got some more errands to run before I fall asleep. I don't want to fall asleep in the middle of the street. Okay? All right. Exactly. She said, we're all consumers. I know. Okay. All right. Miss Sharon's backstage. We're going to bring Miss Sharon up next. Miss Sharon, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I just have a quick KSPN update. Okay. Coordinator Shaw, he's still working for the Utah youth football team.
As a coordinator.
But, yeah, as coordinator, he is a coordinator. He helps special teams and cornerbacks. You don't know what that is. That's okay, Kempire. But anyway, the head coach is leaving maybe this season. This may have been his last season. So what that means is a new coach is coming in. So if Coach Shaw doesn't get this head coaching job, he could be out of a job. Or if they pick another coach within the organization, he could retain his job. But I don't know how they do their process, but his job is not guaranteed for next year.
Did you find out if he actually had an affair with Monica? Who?
I gotta look that up and get back to you.
Thank you. Let us know. Thank you, Miss Sharon, for calling in. Bye. All right, Candace is backstage. We're going to bring Candace up as our last caller today. Candace, what did you want to share in regards to Housewives of Salt Lake City?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Miss Sharon is doing the Lord's work, and I am here for all of it. This is why I love this community.
Yes.
In the words of the illustrious Brooke Ashley, I need Meredith Marks to come to the front so I can whack her a little bit. I cannot stand her or her monotone family. Ooh. She's monotone. Brooks is monotone. I didn't really listen to the daughter because Meredith and Brooks are so monotone. And Seth is so extra. And she reminds me of trying to make fetch happen. And I just need her to exit my screen, stage left. Even when she handed Angie the bag, like, I know they all produce stuff, but Meredith is so produced. Lisa is produced, but Lisa's production is funny. It's like stupid stuff, like putting Bronwin in the wrong room. That's dumb housewife stuff. Like Meredith is just like every season she starts with like an issue with somebody with the bad bombs and girl, bye.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Okay. Is that it, Candace?
That's it.
All
I will see you in D.C., though. I'm excited.
Yes. See you in D.C. on January 24th. Thank you so much, Candace, for calling in.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, look, I keep telling you, see, DC always shows up, so I will always come back to DC because y'all, we sold out our last show. It looks like we're about to sell out again. If you haven't gotten your tickets for our Washington, DC show on Friday, January 24th, you're going to be missing out. What else is going on with Taria Faison will be our MC of the night, so make sure you come out and support her as well. And don't forget, we just announced that our New York City show is happening on Friday, February 21st. That will be our Black History Month celebration. So make sure you get tickets for that. There will be a live stream link, a separate link available as well. More information on all of that is available in the description. If you're listening to audio version of this will be available in the podcast notes. Thank you to everyone that called in. Final thoughts on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm still entertained. We just started this Mexico trip. based off the preview, it seems like there's going to be a lot going on. And Mary does eventually come on the trip. And I appreciate Mary still engaging with this show, with everything that she has going on, at home. So we shall see. We shall see. She will definitely be there. And based off the preview, she will continue to bring the funny. Okay. Anyways, guys, let's continue this conversation in the comments section. Replay crew, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know how you would rate this week's episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and your thoughts on what the show gave you, what we gave you, and what the callers gave you. All right. Let's continue this conversation there. All right. Shout out to everyone in the live. Okay, wait, hold on. Shanti says, Lisa said that she had an LV holder. So that's what she was talking about. So what did she gift the people? Did she gift the people anything? Nothing? Okay. The trip? That's all she's gifting them? The trip. Fine. Thank you guys so much for all of the super chats. We appreciate you guys as well. And shout out to those of you that send in Venmos, Cash Apps, all the things. We appreciate the support. Let's continue. Happy holidays, guys, here on the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. I will be recapping Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let me watch it, and probably we'll do it tomorrow. Okay? And then I want to also do like a separate live just talking about all the stuff that's been in the news, like the Papoose and Remy Ma stuff. I did do a video on that this morning, so go check that out if you missed it. All right? I'm out of here. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.